Hello, everyone. This is Corel Mel with Key Lifestyle Solutions. Grandmother Raven's Turtle Call lights up the sky. And here we are for our 2026 astrological reading for all fire signs. Well, yes, things will be done a little differently for 2026 as Spirit keeps informing me. So, I'm going to be doing the readings based on the flow of energy. And that may mean updating different signs at different times. It's not going to be done so linearly like I have in the past, where it has to be done for this month and this week. And yeah, no. We're in the 5D world right now. I know the illusion is that we aren't. But we are. We have come a long way, and so much is happening with the plasma. They're recognizing this now, that what we hear, sense, and know is real. It's not made up. And when I say not made up, it's like you are hearing the wisdom knowledge from the universe that arrives from the sun. So there's a lot going on. There's going to be a lot of change. So we're going to have to learn to navigate through this flow in the coming months. 2025 was a bit of a leap off the emotional, we call it not teeter-totter, but the diving board. And now we're immersed in 2026 of all this change. So we all have to navigate. We all have to learn to listen to our inner guru, our master, and be able to differentiate between what's ego and what's your higher knowing. And there's a couple of clues to that. So the cards are merely a guide in the energetics that you already know, you're already sensing and feeling. So it's just a confirmation. And as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. This can be based on your moon, sun, moon, rising sign, and or any other of the signs that are connected to different planets. And so this is what we're learning to resonate with more. It's going to be quite a ride. And today is quite a high emotional day because of the full moon. I'm taping this on the full moon. So our fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This is going to be an interesting year for you as we get closer to the lunar new year. In Chinese astrology, the fire horse. And for you, this could be great help for some of you, and for some of you, it could hold you back a bit, depending. It depends on what animal you are in Chinese astrology as well. But nonetheless, we're all learning how to navigate our own spheres of reality. So I'm going to be starting off with an affirmation rethink card for the year of 2026 for all fire signs. Inner strength. Wow. So this is an important year for you guys to exercise that muscle of inner strength. That means the inner work that you maybe have neglected to do. It goes a lot deeper than what you probably even imagined. And any challenges you had in 2025, this is an opportunity to look at your inner strength. I draw upon my inner strength and resilience in times of difficulty. I can overcome any challenge that comes my way. I am a warrior of light, and I shine brightly even in the darkest of times. So in 2025, there may have been a dulling of your light. Everybody has different circumstances. Maybe you don't know what that is. Maybe you do. But this is, intuitively, you want to connect in. What does inner strength mean to you? And maybe you're learning more about what that looks like for yourself. Maybe you have to show up more for the people you love. Maybe there's different relationships that are in play that are going to be teaching you more about who you are. But there's certainly lots of different ways you could be looking at this card. So all fire signs, inner strength. Your inner strength. And the times when it seems really difficult, that's what we all have to pull in for 2026, is to rely on that inner strength. So for each sign, you're going to get the tarot, and we will clarify the messages for 2026 if we need to, if it's not clear as to what the energy is. And to sum it up, you will have for your sign a wisdom card. And for all signs at the end will be the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So let's begin with Aries. Sacred ones, truly grateful. Oh, these came out first. So the moon in reverse, the Empress in reverse, and the Lovers. Okay, wow. All right, so that's why this inner strength card is coming out. It's going to be really difficult for Aries this year to learn from the deep shadows of feelings that have been hidden for so long. It's going to be difficult to look at them. Or maybe you're having a challenge even finding inside of yourself, what are they? You know, other people may have an inkling. It doesn't matter what other people think, what they want to say. What matters is what you figure out, what you find out. And with this full moon, this is really asking to be very honest about those inner shadows. And your biggest clue is going to be what triggers you. Okay? And you might have to dive even deeper than that. On the surface, you're like, yeah, I know. My parents, they trigger me, or my brother, or my sister, or my friends, or my lover, or my partner, whatever it is. All the relationships, they're going to be mirroring to you those deep recesses of the psyche that has so cleverly hidden away. I also want to say on the other side of this is that 2026 is not all about that either. For some of you, I'm getting like a good 20% of you may not be doing that deeper inner work this year. Maybe 2026 isn't the year you're doing that. Maybe it's just feeling like, how can I put this? It feels like all you can muster to do right now is to connect with you. And that may be what 2026 is all about. Maybe this isn't even the time where you get to explore that. Just know that it's there, and it may be accessible, depending on where you are in your journey, that you'll be able to look at it. We all have this. None of us get away in 2026 without having to take some kind of look, Aries. This isn't a wrong. This isn't a fault. It's just the energy that's being presented because it's going to want to move for you. It's going to want to move you in different directions that feels like you're being pulled apart at the root of your soul sometimes. And through this process, maybe you have to just leave it for a while. It's really showing this moon energy here. Notice this is with the Empress. So, and the Earth here. This is a 3 card. She's, if the card was right side up, she's ready to rebirth all her plans, dreams, and wishes. But 2026 for Aries isn't about unleashing those dreams, really. you're going to be finding that deeper inner recesses of the feminine and what it means to birth through creation. It just may be not the year that it comes to light to you that way. But what's going to happen in 2026, and I love this for you guys, is that the Lover's card is here, and 6 is about our ancestors, and there's going to be more of a curiosity of where you do come from and what it is you came here to do. Maybe that's been totally elusive to you. You know, you're doing life, you're figuring it out. It doesn't matter whether you're an elder or a young soul or a younger person in this human experience. This is going to be kind of like the theme, a bit of a theme. And there's going to be a curiosity about, what does that mean to love myself? Because maybe last year felt that you weren't able to do that. Maybe you had great moments, and maybe you're really better at doing a lot of these things. But it doesn't feel like you get this opportunity to have the luxury of time to really look at it. And you might discover, getting more personal with yourself, your personal relationship with self, that you're able to go deeper with these things, and that what you want to birth and create is going to show up. But 2026 is really getting you prepared. So I want to clarify the moon, because, well, with the moon and Empress in reverse, I want to clarify these two together. I like this, but this is pointing to a couple of different things, and I would like to see what Spirit has to share in regards to clarifying. Okay. So yeah, 9 of Cups in reverse, the 8 of Wands in reverse, all of these are, oh my goodness. That's exactly what I was talking about. Wow. So you haven't really had ever in this life so far, young or elder, to go to really, really trust and know that higher being. There's been too many things that have interfered with love for self. You might find that your direction is going to completely change in 2026. And you're going to feel bad about that to some degree, of choices that you've made in the past. So what I want to impart to you, be kind to self. Be kind to self. Draw on your inner strength. Be kind. Those who support and love you will show up just as that. They'll accept you as who you are, just as that. I don't know if that's making sense, but maybe you've been trying to conform to something, a belief that, for whatever reasons, goes back to your ancestors. Goes back to really pulling in love for self. So it's taking me to these different symbolisms on the female here. And the bow and arrow, and I think of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the fire sign. There has been a lot of things that have been pointing at you that has not allowed you to go into the deep recesses, honestly, for yourself. And this is what it's saying. You can't create a happy ever after if there is still things you don't like about yourself. And the energy isn't going to pick up until you start having some of those amazing ahas. Remember I said, if you listen to the beginning about inner strength, not about it, but when I was talking about it, and I said, we all have to become our own master and our own inner guru. We have to trust what we know. And there's a bunch of things that are shadowing that for you. So it really, 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 you're going to learn from the people outside of you that reflect, are mirror reflecting to you certain traits that you've been reflecting back to others. It's interesting because it's like the chicken and the egg deal, right? You don't know what comes first, chicken or the egg, chicken or the egg. And that doesn't matter at the end of the day. So take what resonates here. See how these cards fit in for you. Leave a comment. Is it accumulation of 2025 trying to guide you what you want to be doing for 2026? Maybe. But at the end of the day, this is the only card that's right side up. And the reflections are going to come through relationships. All of this. So if we don't pull on our inner strength to help us get through the challenging times, Aries, that are coming, because there's more to come. 2026 is just kind of like, okay, let's begin. It's just going to get harder. So we all have a responsibility right now of healing the past through our ancestors, our parents, our grandparents, 7 generations back, and 7 generations ahead will benefit. They will all benefit through your dedicated healing. There's things that have been missed. So 2026 for Aries, at least at this point in the year of the fire horse, it's not going to take off until you find that beautiful aha. And it may be something really simple. Just one day, it's like, oh my God, it all makes sense. That means during the year, these cards will go right side up based on your free will and choices that you're going to be making. And what does that look like? Well, that looks like birthing new visions and opportunities that have been there for you all this time. New relationships. Energy will speed up and move quicker. You'll be overjoyed with where life is taking you. And you can see the illumination from these, if you have an opportunity to be in group ceremony or even ceremony with yourself, it doesn't matter. As long as you take the time to connect with the moon and let it illuminate to you what's in the deep recesses of your psyche. What is there that you have not nurtured? Where did you not pull out your inner strength and be kind to yourself and others? Okay. So right side up, it's amazing, right? Being in reverse just means that you're still working through the challenge. And it may be that when you come to Chinese New Year, at the end of February, that this aha will come through for you. Wow. Like, it's major stuff. But again, leave in the comments if there is anything at all that there may be some reluctance to step into your authentic self, reluctance to show up as who you really are. Let me know in the comments. And I really would love to know. Truthfully. I'm always curious where people are at because I learn from that too. I learn from what other people are experiencing in the reflections in the world. Well, that's you, Aries. Let's see what the wisdom cards have for you for 2026. Oh, and keep this video, go back and visit it halfway through the year or 3 months from now and see if any of this is unfolding. And then you could leave a comment. Like, once you watch it doesn't mean this is for the whole year, right? So what do we have? The Dream Walker. Dreams, the collective good, illusions. Remember, I see 8. So 8 is also all physical natural laws, but it's also about the repetitive patterns that we do. And this is what you might find is that there's this repetitive pattern that I can't seem to get out of. Well, during the winter months, until we have the next eclipse, because eclipse season will be coming again in March. Oh, yes, it is. It may not be evident until you get through some of those pieces and through winter. Let's say that. I'll read you what 8 is. And this is this repetitive pattern too, I want to say, with the ancestors. They have stuff that keeps being brought forward through cellular memory from other lifetimes. You have this opportunity to stop it. That's the really great thing. It's just whether you think that that's yours to do or not. You'll know. Dreams, the collective good, illusions. So it says, when the dream walker is your ally, dreams really can and do come true. Still, there are 2 kinds, those of the small self and those of the divine. Spirit has a dream for you that is yours alone. And all you need to do is ask, and it will unfold like magic. So, Empress energy is like a magical thing. Hierophant can be like a magical thing. It's more connected to the higher self. But I like this summing up this reading for you, because it might have sounded kind of contradictory, but it's not. It's just, there's an illusion right now that it is what it is, right? You're going to figure that out. You also play an important role and unique part in the divine dreaming of the world. Yes, you do, Aries. It's very important, especially if you're still here with us. When you ask, is this the dream for me that serves the greater dream? The most beautiful vision of your life serves the highest good for others too. Just the act of asking will immediately provide the answer. So if that's what you're looking for, ask. The dream walker is beside you to help you more effortlessly through the illusions, observing the truth and celebrating the waking dream of your life that results. This could happen anytime during 2026. I feel like it's sooner than later. And once you get into the fire horse new year, the lunar new year, it will be alluded to you. I just want to say that fire signs typically don't like the moon energy, because that's not their energy and feeling emotions. They love the happiness, but when it comes to doing this inner work, not so much. And it requires inner work. But you can learn a lot through your dreams. And I like this card. Look at this beautiful dragon that's with her. Oh my God, that is so you guys. And fire, is going to help you. And see, she's wearing this beautiful, I call it a sundress because there's yellow in there and there's all different colors. I really like that, because that is a depiction of you, Aries. You're this beautiful creator, and you move through life with efficiency. But now's the time to dream. Bring your dreams to reality. Well, that's it for you guys. Wow. I love it. Thank you for being here today. Really, those are wonderful cards. Okay, Aries, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm truly grateful that you stopped by to listen. Leave a comment if you'd like. And I will be in touch in some way or form with another reading. Always a surprise. It's the mystery is out there, right? What's gonna happen now? But that's for you guys. Happy New Year, and hope you have a pleasant full moon experience, and we'll talk to you really soon. Okay, here we are with our beautiful Leos. Leo, hello, welcome. I'm so glad you were able to show up and have some time to listen to your reading for 2026. This is really exciting. Lots of great stuff is going to be going on, Leo. Leo is an in-between, and Leo is a fixed sign. I love the fixed signs. I'm a fixed sign. Scorpio, Aquarius. We are like the tent poles. We have an important job to do, Leo. I just love it. So what we're going to do first, and I just want to say, in case you didn't hear it when I was talking in the beginning, I I'm going to be moving with the flow of the energy for the readings. They're not going to be in this linear, time-sensitive thing. It's going to be done with flow when I am asked from Spirit to do a reading. So it could show up anytime. And there might be more than one. There might be some important messages. I don't know what those are, but I'm going to be listening intensely. So let's start off with you, Leo. What do we got? 7 of Swords. 6 of Swords in reverse. And the Fool in reverse. Okay. So in the interim, 2026 starts off with the illusion. Okay. We got to look at this inner strength card. And it has to go back to you. Because you need to be listening to your higher self. Your master self. You're not getting all the messages, perhaps, that are there for you to listen to because life on the outside is going on and you're trying to do it all. Guess what? Spirit's asking you to take a time out because you can't do it all. Asking us all to do this. Slow down. I keep hearing, slow down. Even your communication and expression. Give it space. Somebody might trigger you. You feel like they're taking away your freedom. They're taking away your time. They're taking away your resources. Whatever it is. That's what it feels like. Okay, that's 2026 for you guys. We'll do a little clarity on this Fool being in reverse. But, you know, this is coming up for the other fire sign. Again, this ancestral stuff. 6. Now, there's going to be whether the moonlight. So if you're doing your own ceremony this evening for the full moon on January 3rd, it's going to illuminate to you where your energy is leaking, what doesn't work, what has to change. And you're trying to build up the strength inside to make those changes. And the 2026, we have to make those changes. And see, 6 of Swords, it's like getting out of the mind finally and finally seeing where the waters could calm, taking you into a calmer state. But you're not feeling that right now. It actually feels a little more chaotic than usual. And you thought, what the heck? Like, what the heck's going on? It shouldn't feel like that. The Fool in reverse is like, I don't want to go through this again. Not in 2026. No, I'm not doing it. You know, Leo, I get it. But I think there's some good things on the side of that. I'd like some clarity, sacred ones, on the Fool with the 6 of Swords in reverse. I do know that nobody's going to be able to pull this, whatever is going on here, over your eyes. You know, like, I look at this in I see what this is now. I look at this in reverse as you're seeing the pattern. Like, you're not being the fool at the moment. Okay? You're really, something's taking your attention to something else. And you're going to do something about it. Wow, we got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Cups. Okay, this is amazing for you. I'll tell you why. This is like family together celebration. This may be that it's coming from family and family. Okay, how can I put this? It feels like you don't have the complete support from your family. You're in a whole different place. You feel different, look different, want to be different. And you don't feel you're getting supported. That could be one thing. This could be in a work scenario as well. Please keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be about family, but it could be about a community. It could be about work. And something comes to light that so there's an illusion piece here, okay? It's not as it seems. And so this unity, one togetherness, It's not flowing. However it is for you, it's just not flowing. And it may be placed on your values, how you feel about something that's not right. Because look, you're the king of feelings here. I love this because you feel this, whatever isn't right, and you're trying to pull the strength within self to navigate through this change. There's a change. This could be career. This could be a family dynamic or a community dynamic. And you're like, but I thought it was this. I thought it was this. And now I see it's not this at all. But here's the cool thing. You're drawing on your higher knowledge and your inner knowing that it was there for you to learn something about you being your inner guru and listening to you and not those who are talking around you, and that you don't have to keep interjecting your thoughts, your wisdom, your actions into anybody's space at all. I see that there's the biggest thing that's getting stolen here that's affecting freedom is the energy that people take. And so there isn't any fire here. This is about the effort you put into something, and you feel you're not getting the same value back. So there's nothing really being taken. It's to some degree what you've allowed and given away, because nobody wants to play the way you want to play. You're going to have to find a way that you want to play without control. So ultimately, it's like if you hang on to it too tight, the soul can't go on a new journey. You can't be clear-minded about the direction you're going in. And who you thought was supporting you isn't supporting you at all. So if this is something that resonates with you, please leave a comment. If it doesn't, please stop watching the video and move on. But there's something that was coming through really strongly. And it almost feels like it could be not just one part of your life, it could be many different facets. Because now you're waking up to the illusion, like, what am I really sensing and feeling? Because you're a freaking genius at this. You are, even though you're a fire sign. You're not a water sign, but you're on top of it. You're seeing everything for what it exactly is. So give yourself some credit. This inner strength card, okay, I can overcome any challenge that comes my way. I'm a warrior of light. So if you keep looking at, I'm the light. I'm a freaking Leo, the lion. I show the light. It's just we can't take it to heart so much that it feels like everybody's against us. Because there's something you came here to show, to teach, to learn, to give for the benefit of others. All right? You don't want to hide that anymore, Leo. Something has to happen. Okay, something has to happen. Something has to change. If it doesn't happen in 2026, one thing I know about eclipses, they do force the issue. If this is what's up for Leos, it's going to force the issue. I'm just checking to see if there's any more clarifiers for Leo. Well, this is interesting because this is right side up. Hierophant, the moon, and Nine of Cups. You are going to realize the deep parts of the psyche, the real parts of you that have not had the opportunity to shine. Like 1 and 8 is 9 of cups, Hierophant. You will get to be your inner guru, your master, and so much joy. You're going to feel so much joy in your heart about reaching this milestone in 2026. Well, I like that. I'll stop right there. So there is success. Yay! All right, let's look at your wisdom card, Leo. What is Leo's wisdom card for 2026? Okay, we don't want all of them, so we're going to look at this. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Selflessness, humility, conscious action. It's a 2. Look at it. It's like the Dalai Lama there, or the monk with the lotus flower. It's going to hit home for you. This is the year. This is the year, Leo. Oh my goodness. You're going to really understand, and it's going to feel so good by the time you get to the end of 2026. That's amazing. Congratulations. The High Lord of Gratitude and Service has arrived to help you find your true purpose today. Feeling gratitude for each moment you experience and loving what is and what has been will remind you that every breath you take holds a deep and profound awareness. Through small actions and selfless service to another, you're automatically placed upon your highest path. See? Look. Amazing. Whether you're immediately aware of it or not, the presence of this ally lets you know that you're on the correct path to fulfilling your desires. You're also notified that your actions of service and attitude of gratitude will yield riches beyond your wildest dreams, as long as those riches aren't the goal you have in mind. Giving service with no thought of return is what's required of you today. This would also be a good time to write a list, reminding yourself of all the things in your life and the world around you that you have to be grateful for. If your question refers to a relationship, let gratitude be your guide. Be thankful for all you learned from this person. Truly, there are no friends and no enemies, just teachers along life's journey. Be grateful for the laughter and even for the tears. The attitude of gratitude is a magnet for true love in all forms. Well, I would say that's the ultimate card. It's beautiful. And Leo, this is 2026 for you. Once you realize this piece, there's no stopping you. That's pretty much all I can say. No stopping you. Well, that's it. That's your reading for 2026. Please like, share, and subscribe. Keep your ears peeled, your notifications on to hear anything that's going to come up in the year that's going to be helpful to you. And keep this handy. Keep this video handy and check on it in a couple of months, 3 months at the end of this 2026 year to see where you're at. I hope that's helpful, and we'll talk to you real soon. Okay, so here we are, Sagittarius. Here we are, Sagittarius, 2026. Before I get completely involved in this reading, in case you didn't listen to all about the inner strength, take a good look at that. Does that mean there's going to be difficulties this year? Yeah, I'm thinking there will be some challenges, but you're going to handle them very well. I'm not going to be doing the same type of reading, like in such a linear way, monthly, weekly. No, it's going to be when I get notified from Spirit. Oh, today you need to do a reading for this sign. So you could have more than one in a week, a month. Maybe you don't have one that month. I don't know. So this video is like your guide ship for the 2026 year. But I find the energy is changing all the time. And it makes more sense to me to be listening to spirit when I should be doing a reading, not because somebody said you need to be consistent. I'm sorry. It's just not resonating with me anymore. I need to follow my own inner guru and master self. And if I have to learn from something in that regard, I guess I do. That's my hope for you, Sagittarius. So let's see what the cards are going to say from the tarot. And be sure to listen to the inner strength. I said a little bit there about it. So what's the cards for our beautiful Sag? You're the only one that got these cards in neutral position. Not these exact cards, but well, you are in between things here. 7 of Wands and 9 of Pentacles. The year of when the Lunar New Year happens for Chinese New Year. When it happens, that's when it starts to take off. There's something here that you haven't made your mind up about, Sag. I don't know if it's fear about being in lack, because the 9 of Pentacles is like you can just pick what you want as far as resources go, and it's there for you because you're a magical character. The 7 of Wands to me is like, well, I'm just going to sit and wait, but you can't afford to wait. Like, it's the year of the fire horse. You can't wait. You have to take action with something. It doesn't matter what, just something. You have to move towards it. So we're going to look at these 2 cards as a signal that you have to take action. If you don't, your resources could go away. If this is your personal spiritual journey, you need to take action with that. If this is your physical, looking after your physical health, then it could be that. Maybe your emotional or your mental well-being. If you haven't stepped into it because it's been comfortable, then you need to step out of it to get uncomfortable. Otherwise, 2026 is going to pull the rug out like that. Don't shoot the messenger. Hello. Whatever it is, you owe it to yourself to keep unfolding the book of this journey. You're not finished. You're not finished here. 2026 is going to show you some amazing ways to get there, okay? This is it here. Wow. So, Sagittarius, I would like some clarity on how. Okay, so you're the only ones that got this book of cards, so we're going to read it. Just read it the way it is. Ace of Wands, your intuition is on fire. So don't ignore it. Oh, I'm getting a message. Lug. It's saying, please make sure they understand. Don't ignore your intuition. Take and heed what your higher self is sharing because it's on fire. Okay? 8 of Cups in reverse. The World, 5 of Wands, yep, 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, the Hermit, and the Knight of Cups. Wow. Okay, I'm going to thread this together. You don't see where this is relating because there's still an undercurrent of emotions. The world is ready to, like, you're at the end of a cycle, but there's conflict about how you're going to move ahead in the cycle, this new cycle, 2026, because you haven't had the opportunity to step into, like, you've been waiting on purpose. You've just been waiting. And the Hermit is like, if you really need to know, you're going to have to go in and do a retreat with yourself. You're going to have to do some inner work, something. You're going to have to remove yourself from the conflict, okay? There are some great messages coming through for you through your intuition, your higher self. And 2026 is going to help you create and cultivate new relationships that feed you. All right? And there might be a new person, or this is symbolizing you connecting with your inner self, love for self. And it just may not be evident right now. You probably think you're doing it, but something else is going on. 3 of Pentacles. This is not a group project. This is a you project. Nobody else is involved with it. That's what it's saying. 6 of Pentacles. New things will happen when you let go of holding everything so close. New things will happen when you stop feeling like you have to hold your pentacles so close. And when we do that, it's creating conflict. But I know that. I know I'm on a new cycle. I don't know why I'm not feeling it. What's changed? Well, because it's been dormant all year long. You're stepping into 2026 with these 2 neutral cards, see? It's saying that things aren't going to look the same in 2026. And if you ignore seeing the light to move forward, the conflict is there. It can't complete. You won't hear the messages. So messages come through when you take time to self. And there's new beginnings, new things coming through in 2026. But it's not about working with... It's not about the family or community. It's you doing your inner work. That's what's lacking. Not that you haven't been doing it. That's not what the cards are saying. The cards are saying, you've been doing your inner work, except everything has speeded up and changed for many things, and you haven't kept the pace. And so now it's going to feel like you have to go back to square one. Okay? This Ace of Wands. It's okay, though, because you're going to pick up speed really fast. You're a fire sign. 2026 is going to move you fast. If you take the time out for yourself to heal some pieces that is required. So a lot of 6s are showing up for the fire signs about ancestral pieces that haven't healed completely. They're in the deep recesses of our psyche. And everybody has free will and choice about how they want to do that journey. And if you're going to do it slower, which this is indicating here, it's okay. But 2026 may force it. Whether you like it or not, that's all I'm saying. It's going to force it. And it could be around an eclipse time. Yeah, that's what's saying. So that's a little bit of a story as to what the undercurrent of this. I don't have to do anything. I'll just let it come to me. If this is resonating with you, please leave a comment. Make sure you use your own intuition about what I'm discussing, because this is just a general reading, a general energy that's coming through. Which could be like 60 to 80% of the people, whoever listens to my videos. The rest, it just means that it's going to take a little effort, so to speak. More effort to pull that inner strength to let 2026 be amazing for you. Okay, well, that is it. Okay. In a nutshell. Wow, Sag. You had the most cards. Whoa. All right. So please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll pull your wisdom card for you, Sagittarius. All my beautiful Sag that I know you're amazing. No more coasting, okay? You got to really dig in. Do the work. The Lady of the Gift. Generosity, receiving, and withholding. 20. Okay. This is the World card, 21 over here. And that's usually the end of a cycle. And ta-da! You reached your... Okay, no, you haven't quite reached it. When I see this 20. And it's a 2. So that's another thing. I like this for you guys. It's very magical. So, and the castle and the fairies. Oh, yeah. There's something really cool here that you get to... It feels around summertime, where you get some of this fairy magic that happens that changes this story for you in 2026. It's really cool. Okay, let's read about what this is. 20. The Lady of the Gift. See, you have a gift that you have not shared. No, you haven't. And you're not going to find out what it is until you get to those pieces inside. Okay. Let's read at this Lady of the Gift. So the Lady of the Gift brings a message of tithing. To be your ally, she requires you to look at the nature and method of your giving to others. Tithing is important. The world is your church, and you only need to distribute 10% of your wealth to others to ensure that the flow continues. Just do that in some way or form. If you want to track it, do that. There's always tithing, giving out and being generous. Yet this doesn't necessarily mean giving money away. Yeah, it could be your time, your energy, nor does it simply a direct action of charity, even though the tradition of tithing is material. In fact, the kind of tithing the lady asks of you isn't tangible or material at all. She's asking you to look at all human beings as important in the divine scheme of things and show others that you believe in them. Sag, this is the important one for you. Being generous with yourself and not expecting anything in return. And when it comes back to you, gracefully receive it. She's asking you to look at all human beings as important and in the divine scheme of things and show others that you believe in them. That's all you got to do. Pay attention to how you treat people and be mindful of your perception, even of seemingly poor strangers. If you see others as successful and abundant and act as if you believe they have value, blessings all around are assured. Your belief in others has greater value than you could fathom. This alone guarantees your success long term. Remember that you can only keep what you're willing to give. What are you willing to give? It's especially when it comes to, if you keep to yourself all the time and you're not sharing of yourself, your gifts that you came here to do, that's a disservice to them and you. Because you will be alone at the end of the day. Who's going to know you? Like some of you might say, yeah, but I like being alone. I don't like being around people. Bullshit. The Sagittarians I know are all really opinionated in the sense they like to give their opinion. They like to chat. They like to engage. They love fiery adventures. They're amazing people. Amazing. Yet, sometimes they don't show up fully of who they are. the real, true, authentic self that has so much more to share out of their wisdom, beauty, and knowledge. That's the Sages I know. I watch. That's just, you know, it could be my illusion, but that's what I see. That they have so much potential inside, but they're not sharing that. They're not sharing that. They're sharing other stuff. And that's what it's saying. Get inside. Share the wisdom that's there that you came here to share. And don't be afraid of it. Yeah, it's huge. 2026 is going to show your inner strength how to do that. The Lady of the Gift, generosity, receiving, and withholding. So true. I love you all. Thank you so much for showing up and taking the time to watch your video today. And as I said, it could happen anytime. Make sure you have the notification bell on, because all of a sudden, boop, there it is. Yeah. And intuitively, you could play the game too and go, I sense there's going to be a good reading, or there's a reading coming up, and boom. See, that's another thing you can keep testing and testing. Well, that is all I have. Thank you so much for showing up. I'm truly grateful for all your contributions over the years. Sag, love you, love you, love you. Yeah, I hope that helps for 2026. Make sure that you keep this video and come back and review it in 3-4 months, end of the year, and then leave a comment then. That would be great too. Anyway, I hope that all helps. Have a super great year, and we'll talk to you soon.